Hey there, all of my great friends on YouTube. How's it going? I wanted to make this quick video because I've noticed a couple of different channels have been having issues with videos being flagged by YouTube as being inappropriate content. And as I mentioned in a video yesterday, this happened to me yesterday morning. In the past, I've had various copyright violations over the years. I mean, 7 years of making YouTube videos, I've made the mistake of having, uploaded a couple songs I shouldn't have, or mostly it was lectures by like Manly P. Hall or Alan Watts. When I didn't realize they were copyrighted, I thought some of these were free, and a long time ago. So I've been slowly correcting that on my channel, and then because I don't want to be in violation, of course. Well, this particular video that was flagged, it wasn't flagged for copyright violation. It said it was outside of terms. It was a video I made about DMT and Syrian rue seeds. I stood there in front of the camera and talked about it, but I didn't show anything or do anything illegal. And so I disputed the claim, and I still haven't heard back from YouTube. So I let that go, didn't think much of it, and then about an hour ago I watched a video from Psyche-delikz, who makes videos about harm reduction and psychedelics. And he, he's a good guy. I like his channel, and I guess he's having problems. He recorded a video from the freeway saying he's been having problems. Then I found out Quantum Kitty, after I Googled, or I looked up on YouTube that combination of a few search terms and found that she'd had problems, which I just met her a few months back, and she makes videos talking about psychedelics. And then somebody mentioned Mark Cubenzis and Willie Myco. Now, I don't know much about them at all, so I didn't see their channels or know what the deal is with them. Then I heard that the Drug Classroom had problems, which I just asked him, and I haven't heard back from him either. So I'm not sure how many people are having issues with this. I don't know if it's an algorithm or if it's an attack on psychedelics, because it appears that all these videos relate to psychedelics. And I find that pretty interesting, because I'm not the conspiracy type to think, oh, well, people are singling others out. Now, this is different from what people have been talking about for the last year. People have been whining about losing their, losing their ad revenue, because what happens is the new algorithms on YouTube select certain videos to be demonetized. That's not what I'm talking about. If you want to play within the guidelines of, if you want to get paid for YouTube, I don't. So if you want, if you want to get paid through the commercials on your channels and put commercials, you have to sign up for the AdSense program and be a partner with YouTube, and then you get a small percentage of, the clicks and views and whatnot. But if you're not within the guidelines of what the companies that advertise want to be associated with, in other words, if you're talking about dead babies and war in Afghanistan, and a company doesn't want to be associated with that, that's their right, so you end up getting ad revenue pulled. This is different because it's actually videos that are just talking about things. It wasn't monetized, and they are age restricted. That's another thing, and that's something that Psyche-Substance said he was having a problem with. He said that they were forcing him to make them age-restricted. And I would say, if Psyche-Substance, if you're out there, if you happen to be watching this, I would urge you to actually make them age-restricted. Because, I have kids. I don't want them coming across videos on psychedelics, especially not, without me being able to explain certain things to them. YouTube, you should have a certain age limit on certain videos. It depends on what it is. I understand harm reduction. Smart kids, if you want to say, well, teenagers should have access, well, they'll get around the YouTube rules. We know they do. Just say you're 21. So anyway, I think it's important that we do age restrict our videos, and I want to be rational and only talk about psychedelics when it's important to me. But I found them to be a tool that's unbelievably useful in my life. And I still respect them, even though I have unlimited access to whatever psychedelic I might want. I only take them maybe once a year because they're that important to me that I talk about them probably 20 times more than I actually take them, because the impact they've had on me and allowed me to see my life in a certain light and say I want to move into that way of being, and I want to live in that state sober. In other words, when you take psychedelics, the idea is it doesn't make you want to always take psychedelics. For some people it will, of course. But it's very similar to the way a person who takes morphine for pain might find it very useful for pain, but not need to keep taking it. They get over their pain. Psychedelics help you get over certain pains. You think about things, you process them, and then you move on. So, if there's some censoring going on with YouTube regarding psychedelics, I would be very ashamed to think that that's actually going on. But if anyone has information or knows anything about this, or if you know anyone else who has a channel who's been affected by talking about psychedelics, you know, let me know, because this is important, you know. I mean, it's one thing to say, well, my free speech is being infringed because I'm not getting paid anymore from these advertising companies. I find that to be a little bit pathetic, because, you know, we all have to play the game if we want to get paid. But if you're not getting paid, and you're on YouTube as an individual guy, creator like me, who just makes videos, doesn't advertise, tries to age restrict things, there's no reason they should be selecting videos that are talking about DMT, a naturally occurring compound within nature. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Let me know what you think, and have a great night. Peace.